Hello all, Dr. Gimmet here, coming at you, and I just want to talk to you today about the lattice method of multiplication, okay? Now, what if we needed to multiply 325 times 71? Well, that's a pretty large number. You probably can't do that in your head. Now, there's an algorithm that you learn in school, but that sort of hides some of the things that are happening due to our place value system, okay? So, excuse me, there is another way to do multiplication that reveals more of what is happening in those place values. And that is lattice multiplication. In this video, what I want to do is show you the method of lattice multiplication, okay? There was no good way to do it in Excel. Believe me, I tried. So I broke out the old pen and tablet, and I did it old school, okay? So, I'm going to move this up, and I'm going to do the method. I'm actually going to do it right next to this method, all right? So, let me go ahead and get the pen ready, okay? So, we're going to take... I am sorry, it's been a while since I used the pen, okay? 325... We're going to multiply it by 71, okay? So, the longer, bigger number goes on top of the table. So, I'm going to put 325 on top of a table. Now, I already know that I'm going to have two rows, all right? So I'm going to draw those. The shorter, smaller number goes on the right side of the table. So that's the 71. If they are both the same size, it doesn't matter. Okay? The table has the same number of columns as the top number. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 columns for the top number. And the table has the same number of rows as the side number. So I knew it was going to have 2 rows because I have 2 numbers in 71. Okay? Now, draw a diagonal from the top right of each cell to the bottom left. The diagonal should be continuous where appropriate. So I'm going to switch colors here. So from the top right of the cell to the bottom left is a diagonal like this. And we're going to make it continuous where appropriate. So you'll notice that this bottom left is this cell's top right. I'm going to do that for all of the cells, and you definitely want to do it for all of the cells. Now we're going to switch colors one more time. Okay? So now we're going to multiply the top number by the side number and place the product in the cell that aligns with both numbers. So it doesn't actually matter where you start, but 5 times 7 is 35. It's really important to put the tens place to the left of the diagonal, so the 3 is going to go right there, and the 5 is going to go right there, and the ones place goes to the right, so this is to the right, so there's 35. 7 times 1, that's this cell right here, and so that is 5. You don't have to put the 0, but I tend to put the 0. 2 times 7 is 14. So again, the tens places go over here, the ones places over here. 2 times 1 is 2. Again, you don't have to write the 0, but I just like doing it just to make sure that that's the tens place and this is the ones place. 3 times 7 is 21. And 3 times 1 is 3. Okay? So now I've made all of the multiplication. Now what we're going to do is we're going to sum along the diagonals. Starting with the bottommost right cell, we're going to place that number below the cell. So this is the bottommost right cell. Here's the 5 in the right-hand side of the diagonal. And so that value that I'm going to put down here is 5. All right? Now, we're going to follow each diagonal, summing the values and placing the sum below the table in the line with the diagonal. So this is below the table. So 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7, in line with that diagonal. 3 plus 4 is 7. 0 plus 7 is 7. And 7 plus 3 is 10. Now, I'm going to put the 0 here, but what do I do with the ones place? Well, that was this diagonal. So what I have to do is I have to carry the 1 to the next diagonal to the left. If you carry the next place value, then do so by going to the next diagonal to the left. So we were in this diagonal. The next diagonal to the left is this one. So now 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 0 is 3. And then this is my uppermost left one, and that is going to be 2. And so the value here, right, the number below the table from left to right is the product of the original multiplication. So 325 times 71 is equal to 23,075. And that makes us happy. And of course, we could check that really quickly by doing it the normal way that we do it, right? We could take the 325 and multiply it by the 71. I'm going to move this up just so we can see it real quick a little bit better, right? So 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is 3. 7 times 5 is 35. You carry the 3. 14, 15, 16, 17. 21, 22. 5, 7, 10, 3. There we go. And it's the exact same value. All right. So I am going to stop here. I just wanted to show you the method of lattice multiplication. And so this is the method for today. The rules are over here, and here's an example to the right. And if you can now do lattice multiplication, that makes me happy.